about like romance, you know, like at last, you know, the one person you're waiting for has come along.
Hmm. Rodney, when I told him yesterday that this song kept popping up, he thought it may have that inclination. I wasn't feeling that in particular,
Uh-huh.
but that doesn't mean
Yeah,
it's
that's
not.
interesting though.
I thought it may have been somebody that's passed on, that was their
Mhm.
song or that was a song. I just, for some reason, thought I got a different vibe
Yeah.
than it was a romantic song.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean it's not. So this crowd. So you're vulnerable here in front of this crowd, in front of this person, but here you are having to balance in front of another group of people. The
Yeah,
two
there's
of
people all around. Yeah.
Pentacles to me are desires or wishes or wants. They're not needs. So usually a Two of Pentacles is a guy juggling. But what's odd to me is blonde, blonde, blonde. So this is the same person.
I was blonde when I was little.
This feels to me like a juggling of desires or wishes or a prioritization. What do I do first? Does this come? These are both what I want to do. What do I do 1st?
Mm-hmm.
But there's a group of people that are involved, that you feel are involved in this. They're not involved in the decision, but they're awaiting the result of this decision. I don't know if they're going to be emotional over your decision, because this is the end to that, whatever it is. But this card, so this is also a card of balance.
Okay.
This is a card of balance. This is a card of the balance of between the masculine and the feminine. We just had a new moon. This is a full moon. So if I was going to say, to me, this is talking about a time frame within the next 2 weeks, because every 2 weeks is a moon. It's either the new moon or the full moon.
Uh-huh.
The next moon is going to be the full moon. So since this is your current
That's
energy,
right, the
and they're
harvest moon.
started on this journey, this to me feels like within the next 2 weeks, a full moon. There's your universe again. There's this little critter watching from the sidelines. So you're being led to, so I feel like, there's a balance here. Let me sit on that. Let me come back to that. Let's clarify this ending. There's a balancing here. I need to sort that card out, because this came over that card. So this may not have anything except to do. This is nothing to do with a time frame. This is a time frame for this decision. It has to do with that. There's a book, something about a book or a study. The book is also knowledge. This could, okay, so you're younger here. Something you wanted to do when you were little that you haven't done yet, or something you wanted to do when you were younger that you haven't done yet. Where's the Three of Swords? So this change, the 10 of Wands, so each suit has 1 through 10, and then it's got a page through it, a key. So this 10 of Wands is the end of this suit. Wands are direction, they are speed, they are emotion, they are things that are coming from the divine, things that would be coming from God, the archangels, anything like that. This is the 10, so this is a completion. This is the end of this, an end again. The divine, the universe, God, the universe, the archangels, they're shining the light on you. So, I don't know if you've had a realization or a truth that came to light, but that's what I'm kind of feeling in this.
Okay.
Something that, so with the new moon, and I don't know what you, let's see. A 7 of Wands. So this is something you want, but something you don't want at the same time. Something that, all of this is coming from you. You sent the energy out. It's your intention. But I think it's the death of one and the rebirth of another. So these 10 wands are being burned up. But you've sent out another, these are on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Snake. The snake
Interesting.
is usually this is a restart. This is clarify the 9 of Swords. 9 of Swords. Nope. That message is clear. You're just not going to be in this position anymore. I don't know who this is. But whoever, this could be a group of people. It doesn't have to be one person. I can't tell if it's a man or woman.
Mm-hmm.
This could be a job. It could be, but for whatever reason, you're no longer going to be vulnerable to this person anymore. You're not going to feel, I'm standing naked in front of all this.
Mm-hmm.
Open, vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the end of that.
Interesting.
Let's clarify the choice. What is this? Any question? You can ask questions anytime.
Well, I thought it was interesting that you said that it could be a person and that you're not under that influence of that person anymore.
No. And it may not be the influence. There is influence because he's sitting in a throne.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not gonna feel.
That makes sense to me, actually.
Okay. You're not gonna feel that way anymore.
Having come out of a relationship that lasted a long time, that to me, that just kind of makes sense.
Well, and that could be this,
Mm-hmm.
the end of that relationship, but you're not done with the relationship. You're sending it back out. But that could be the snake too. You're not gonna, you know better now. Let's clarify the bag in the book. Let's clarify the Fool card. The Fool card for. Nope, it's not talking. Fool card for Elizabeth. Anyone have any messages for any of Laura's ancestors and archangels? Anyone have a message for Laura? Let's share. Okay. The Ace of Swords. It could be the Queen of Swords. This deck is different because there's no writing on it, so it's really an intuitive deck. This is, so I'm clarifying this card. This is the warrior energy. She's just ready to do battle if she needs to do battle. She's dressed to the nines. She's got her war paint on. I mean, that's what it is. You got your best dress, you put your boots on, and you're going. You've left this place. Any more messages on the Fool? Messages on the Fool. Messages for Laura in general. Okay. Messages for the Seven of Wands. Something about a window.
Let's see what that is. A
That's
picture of. They're
That's the
carrying.
Ten of Wands. It's the same same card, different deck. So, you've done the work, you've picked it all up, and you're on a path. Same path here. But this is also the same card here, in the same spot. Does that look like wheat to you, or does it look like fire?
Well, when I first saw it, I thought of wheat because it looks rural setting. And then I looked at it again and I thought, well, it could be flames. But the wheat is what
And
crossed my mind.
I don't know what you know about the old holidays or the old Sabbats or pagan holidays, but this week is Mabon. It's the end of the summer solstice, the beginning of the fall solstice, and it's the time of the second harvest.
Oh, yeah.
So you've got two time periods here. You've got the full moon, and then you've got Mabon here also. So all of this, all this is telling me, this is happening right now as we speak. This whole little situation is happening right now. What? Clarify the Ten of Wands again. What is it? What does Laura need to do for this Ten of Wands month? Give me a specific action or work that Laura needs to do. What is going to bring about this change? It's going to help her make this decision she needs to make or clarify, justify. I mean, you put your big girl panties on here. Come on. Well, that's the Lover's card. But I was reading a gay couple before, so that's why that card's in here. So the Lover's period, no, that's what that is. So,
But that's two
are
guys.
you working? Yes, but it would have if I had put the right card in here. But it
Oh,
still
okay.
stands for the Lover's
Okay.
card. I took the male female out. It came with a male female, a female female, and a male male.
I see.
And I had done a read for two guys, and I forgot to put the other one back. So is this whole thing? So if this is the end of a relationship, are you starting another? Is there somebody you're interested in?
I'm actually looking online.
Okay, so there's you looking, but there's something in the bag, and there's. Have you liked somebody, or have you started talking to somebody?
Well, in January, I met this guy and I really liked him, but then we realized, we didn't have any chemistry, so we stayed friends. That's who I had lunch with yesterday.
So this is somebody you know
Is it somebody I know?
well, I don't know that you know them, but you know of them because you sent out the intention, and it's in the basket. It's not on the ground, it's in the basket.
It's in the basket, Rodney.
And then you've got the lover's card. But you know this person enough to pick them up and stick them in the basket.
Interesting.
Okay, I feel like you need to ask something, or you need to,
Well, okay, so how do I go about revealing who this person might be?
okay, let's find out who's in the basket. Who's in Laura's basket? That didn't sound right, did it? You know what? Who's in the basket? Yeah, this one. So the Ace of Athames, or Ace of Swords. So this energy here, same energy, different cards. So that little mouse is blowing the dandelion. You know how you blow, you made a wish?
Yeah, and it goes out.
This is this right here. This is you making this wish. This is you sending this out. We want to know who this is. Show us who this is.
Or how do I go about finding out who that
Keeping busy. Are you an artist? Do you paint or draw?
is? I doodle. My sister. Other people in my family paint and draw. I do Zentangle. I don't think that counts.
She's also singer, dancer, actress.
Well, that's the creative energy here. You don't get more creative than a pregnant woman.
And I'm a grandma.
Oh. King of Chalices. So you don't have any other cups, which is funny. Okay, we asked who this is. This is not you. This is
Well, we
him.
asked how do we find out who it is? What do I need to do to find out who it is?
So there's not anything in your life that you need. A cup is a need. This is the King of Cups. So a king, he doesn't need anything either.
But I need.
You don't need. This is a compliment. This is a complementary partnership. You don't need anything. He doesn't need anything. It's not going to be like he brings something to the table. It's going to complement what is already there. He's already got a big feast. You're this creative energy, this field of wheat, and he's this thing. It's going to be complementary.
It's a nice word.
He has this very regal feel to him. Bees. Something with bees. Okay. Keep going. Tell us more about him. We need to know more about him. Another sword. A lot of swords. So it's very emotional. Has this been a roller coaster? Like,
Yeah, because, well, yeah, I feel like I have big decisions to make, like where to live.
okay,
To stay or go.
So that's this. That's this right here.
I feel like the people closest to me are gonna up and retire and leave me.
That's this. So. Okay. Clarify again. Get my picture. Okay. Both of these cards, two birds. So once again, this message right here, these two cards, is a message from whoever your higher power is. I feel that would be God for you. These two women are two versions. Do you have...
Now look at them.
Mm-hmm. So you started something.
There's flowers, and she's got with a dagger. Of course.
So you started something when you were younger, and you didn't finish that. You had interests when you were younger that still interest you, and you don't do them.
That's interesting.
Well, and that's for most people. That's
Sure.
not unusual.
Yeah.
That's most people.
Mm-hmm.
But what this is getting at is something you started. Queen of Pentacles. Pentacles are desires and wishes. You, in this right here, this little action you did is turned into this tree. This was you then. This was you now. This were your wishes and desires. God was the whole way bringing you through this. This tree has already produced the fruit. You've already gathered it up. You're sitting there with your desire in your hand. Like I told you before, there are nothing. You don't need anything. You have everything you need right here. That's still not telling us who it is. So
That's nice.
okay, we're clarifying what this is. Is this someone from your past? Someone from when you were younger?
Because we said I'd done the work and I picked up and ready to go, and it's in my basket.
Yes, it is.
And because this.
So is there a guy that you're connected with through church?
No.
Is there a guy from your past that you were connected with through church? Even back home? Because you're young and mature here. This is a lifespan. So I feel like this started, we're asking about him. So I feel like this was somebody from your past, somehow. I'm
Yeah.
not saying,
No,
I don't
yeah.
know when in your past, but there's a young plant, a big tree, two birds, you're in the same position, you're looking in the same direction. You went from emotional work, which is what a sword is, or an athame, to a complete desire. So the Queen of
Queen of Pentacles.
So the work, something's not finished. Something isn't. He's gonna come around. So I don't know. You said something a minute ago. I feel like the house needs to feel like a home. So when the house feels like a home, so this is you getting ready. So you're sitting here waiting, but you got to make the house a home. You've got to make the house, your space, you have to make your space viable for this.
I just did all that. That's so funny you said that.
So we still want to know who he is. Who is he?
Do you want me to tell you something, or am I just supposed to ask?
If you can ask, if you have something you want to say, there's no right or wrong. You say whatever you want to. Okay, this guy's he's juggling the same question you're juggling.
Oh, look at
This guy may or may not be musically inclined.
that. Oh, music's important.
This is a younger part.
Maybe that's why you're doing it. Because music is just real important in my life.
Well, this guy's passing down art to him, but I feel like, do you know a music teacher? Or a music director, or...
I know a friend did.
I'm not,
yeah,
I'm
I
not
do.
saying that that's what he's doing, but in this card, this is him. This looks like the same guy, a little aged. He's doing the same dance you're doing here, but he's passing on knowledge. This is music. This is a stage. So it
Uh-huh.
could be acting. It could be, I don't know if he's a teacher, if he's a director, if he's an agent. It's got something to do with, he's on the side, they're on the stage, but he's the one giving them the tool.
Uh-huh.
So we're
And there's
asking him who he
Karens,
is.
like in my neighborhood. Oh, I love those.
Well, maybe it's a guy that lives in your neighborhood. Let's ask again. Okay, so tell us more about this guy. But he's asking us the exact same
Of
questions
himself.
that you're asking. Exactly.
Mhm.
These same, I mean, even the houses are
Have,
kind of similar. They've got that
mhm.
same little decoration on them.
And they're both on a
Um,
path.
They're both on a path. Clarify who this guy is. Give us a little more about who he is. A band. He's got a group of guys that he does the same thing with. I still say this is somebody that's spiritually connected in the same way you are, either through church or through a group. He's like-minded, so don't go by the artwork. That doesn't mean that's the devil.
That's pretty awesome though with the
The horn god is a very now.
antlers. Yeah, it's awesome.
You got the same birds here. This guy is very nature-based. His spirituality is very natural. He feels connected to God outside.
Mm-hmm.
He's an animal lover, but his world, where he feels closest to God, is outside. But
I've known people like that.
he's musically inclined. He has a group of like-minded people he hangs out with. Once again, as most people do, this is not uncommon. But, there's this music. These guys could be conducting music if you look at it the right way.
Yes.
They could be, but even his guys are outside. This is outside
They
still.
are outside. This person's outside.
That person's outside.
This lady's outside. They're all outside.
There's something about a book. There's a knowledge, a study. Are you gonna take music lessons?
I'm trying to learn an instrument. I mean, I already know one. I'm trying to learn.
That could be where you meet this guy. It's so interesting that you guys are asking the same questions right now.
Isn't
You're
it?
having the same exact dilemma. The same exact.
Is it? I guess it makes me wonder. Two things like, do I have to travel to meet this person, or is this
Well-
a person that's just going to happen to just show up in my life? Because I
No.
think about that. Sometimes you have to look.
Here's a path, here's a path, here's a path.
Paths.
But
He said, stay busy.
stay busy. Stay busy. Busy is somehow that's an attractant. It wouldn't surprise me if he's associated with some work you're having done or something you're going to do. But the rest of the path is together.
Interesting.
You're here, he's in your path, but then look, you've got this whole, you've got the whole future there. This is a long path.
Yeah,
So
it
this is not a short-term thing.
Good.
At last, Etta James, at last.
At last.
So that's another that's a music lover's song. That's a bluesy song. Do you go somewhere to listen to music?
Whenever I can.
You might need to go. Put your mask on, social distance, but there's something about, this has something to do with music. That's why that song has been in my head. Okay, this is still him. We haven't changed questions, so we're describing him. This is someone highly thought of, and divinely thought of, and divinely brought to you because you've got the universe in every card. That's a blessing card to me in this question.
It's beautiful, isn't it? With the horse and the birds and everything.
You know, it wouldn't surprise me if this guy doesn't have a beard. He doesn't have to, but it wouldn't surprise me. It keeps coming up. There's another beard. This is the third. And this
chalices, all right.
This is the third redhead too.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, this one, and
I wouldn't.
I like this picture. Isn't that nice?
Yes. I got the deck specifically for this card, and I never get that card. I only get it with Rodney. He's the only person.
This card here?
Mhm.
I think it's an
He's
awesome
the
card.
only one that's ever got out. So, I mean, this guy's very masculine. He's the epitome of masculinity.
Hubba hubba.
Yeah, hubba hubba. Very attractive.
I knew
Very,
somebody like that a long time ago that was a hunter, and
So what about him? I said this could be somebody from your past.
well, there is some, yeah.
Have you talked to him?
Last fall, I called him out of the blue.
Dancing has popped into my head.
Because I love to dance.
It's something to do with that song. In a week from now, some memory from that song is probably gonna pop up. Okay, give us some more about this guy.
These are great pictures.
I love Pterodactyls for the art's sake. I really do.
Do they have anything to do with living in a different geographic space?
This read, like, are you asking, are you gonna move? Let's ask. Is there a move for Laura? Is there a move for Laura? The star.
Oh, nice.
There's definitely a merging of two cups.
Oh, I see. The lady and the
The
lord.
same woman there,
Yeah.
with the same guy here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There she is. And there's the guy.
You got a different dress on, but it's the same woman.
Interesting. I like that.
Okay, but that doesn't answer the question. Will Laura move?
And they're all outdoors. I love all this
Actually.
outdoor stuff.
The Knight of Pentacles. So, universe again, you're on a
Mhm.
path, you're on your horse, you got your
Mhm.
wishes with you, you're going somewhere.
These are my wishes with me.
I
Yeah,
would-
I'm going somewhere.
I would say that's a yes
Yeah.
in answer to that particular question.
Yeah. Get on your horse, right?
It doesn't mean that you're moving across country,
No,
but
but
no,
still.
you're it's the merging of two.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if he's moving also. Will he move also? Is this a joint move or? No, I feel like you'll be going to his place. he's staying put. But there's the same little bird bringing you to him.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to see if I get anything in my head.
It's
I
winter.
mean, there's a long path.
Mhm.
So, I could get a couple of things out of this card. One, longevity. He's redheaded, bearded, all in here. He's got a gray beard here now. This guy has definitely walked some kind of spiritual path because he's with the universe here.
Mm-hmm.
There's a person in the background waiting.
Oh, yeah.
If I looked at this card as a time card, the Holly King represents December 21st,
Mhm.
represents that time period. So
Yeah.
we're looking at from the full moon coming up to the end of December
Mm-hmm.
as a time frame for this whole picture. What is going on here with this decision? This decision you said you were having to make or thinking about making. What's going on with that, and what are you looking at? What is the
I'm looking at when and how am I gonna make that decision? Because I feel change coming.
Well, it is. You're right, and the change was going on right now. That whole idea, that whole feeling of it,
Mm-hmm.
the end of something, the end of starting something.
Yeah.
So, so it would really. So why did you say earlier that it may or may not affect, or I don't know how you worded it. There was something, other opinions about the decision.
What did I say?
Either somebody wasn't gonna like it, or they weren't gonna
I
like
think
it,
I
or they
said-
were.
Well, I made a comment that other people close to me are gonna retire and leave me, or something like that.
Yes. Okay, so,
I mean, we could go together, but they might
well,
leave me, and I
It
have
could
to
be.
know where
There's-
my path
there's a
for
joint.
myself goes.
This is two being poured out in the same one.
Mm-hmm.
So that could be easily. Is he in that group?
Not that I know of.
So I mean, that could be that, but I
Yeah.
see this being more specifically related to this person because
Yeah,
he
this
keeps
is
popping up.
Yeah, it's comforting. Uh-huh. I like this. And this
Keeps coming
this
up.
is good.
Yes. Okay, so this is what you got to get past. This is
Mm-hmm.
so the Nine of Swords. You had this card in another one, in
Mhm.
another somewhere around here, but it was the vulnerable card in front of the guy.
Yeah,
So
this.
yes, you're sitting here in this dark room. You're kind of woe is me. There's light out the window, but you're not noticing it. And you've set up this protection. You've got 9 knives pointed at the door, the window. So what it's telling you is that, I mean, you did this. You put the 9 knives here. So you're looking at you don't want to make the same mistake, but here, and then look out your window is the same bird. So
Oh,
don't
yeah, that's a
don't
bird.
miss an opportunity. Don't miss an opportunity by living in the past, and don't be on guard to the point that you miss what's there, because the knives are this thing's never going to get in because you got 9 knives here. So the walls that you could have set up, or the protection that you gave yourself from whatever this is,
Uh-huh.
could prevent you from this new opportunity. And the light is coming from that space. So don't stay back here,
Uh-huh.
when you could be here.
That's
Okay, give us one thing Laura can do to bring about this, to bring the guy, what can Laura do to manifest this intention? What does Laura need to do to
To
manifest
manifest
this
my
intention?
intention.
What does Laura need to do to manifest this intention? What does Laura need to do to manifest this intention? So, separate question, but it does have to do with that. So, here's your circle right here.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of your circle, I don't know if you're setting that trap
Well, it is
for
bear
trouble,
trap, isn't it?
or, and there's the bear.
There's the bear.
So, I don't know if you're freeing the bear
I would hope so.
or if you're setting the trap for the bear, but Lord, they're flying everywhere now. So, okay, that's way too many cards. So, okay, messages for Laura. Okay, we know this. That's what we're asking about. How does she get the Ace of Pentacles? What does she have to do to manifest the Ace of Pentacles? She needs to do to manifest the Ace of Pentacles.
It's very pretty. There's a lot of nature in
Mhm.
there and mountains and beautiful home, and yeah, it's very peaceful and pretty.
So, get out of your own way. So the Eight of Swords, she's bound up. She's walking a path of swords, but if she didn't have the blindfold on, she'd realize she could walk right through it.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And it was covered by this card. So, I don't know what this. See, all this is the same dark. This is the same
These
dark.
three?
Yes. When I pull this card, the phrase "get out of your own way" is what popped in my
Yeah, popped in
head.
your
I
head.
don't know what
Yeah.
that means to you, but he's coming. I mean, those horses are moving their feet. They're not sitting there.
Mm-mm.
This is the chariot card in most decks. In
Right.
most decks, the chariot is there. His bags are packed.
Right.
He's in the car, but there's no movement. This guy has movement. So, and there's your bird
Just
again.
not very good. Well,
I'm just gonna be honest. I would just straight up, the next time you have your meditation or prayer time, and just tell God you're ready. For some reason, you need to be busy, and there's something. Okay, I don't know what this phrase means, but he's not coming until the house is ready.
That popped in your head?
So this get busy card here.
Yeah.
What? Hold on. Yeah, I mean, he's on his way. I mean, that's him. Again. I mean, over.
Well, you know, there's so many of these, and there's just a few of these, and
Oh, that's
These kind-
minuscule. Those are,
these
this
kind
is,
of moments happened. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But there's more of this.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what I.
Well, and this is going to be long.
And what?
This is the beginning. I mean, that's a long path after this.
Yeah.
So what I would do is the next time you have your time with God, light your candle, have your tea, just, let him know you're ready. Something about dreams. Okay. Any other messages for Laura while we're here? Any other messages for Laura while we're here? on his way. I mean, any final messages for Laura? It's gonna be very stable. It's, 4 of Wands, so, once again, 3 is stable, 4 is very stable. So 4 is secure. Table's not gonna,
Yeah.
Want anything else clarified?
I don't think so. It gives me a lot to think about already, and I think, you have to prepare sometimes and open yourself up to the possibilities of where this is going to
So-
take you.
So we just had the new moon, and a new moon energy is about you can't put anything in the bowl if the bowl is full. So the new moon is about getting rid of, and you've got this energy twice, this sword. Anything that no longer serves you, and to be honest, this could be in here. Do you need to clean your house up? Do you need to get rid of some stuff in your house?
Yeah, I kept some stuff that I probably need to get rid of.
But the more you open yourself up for new things, the more room you have for new things, the more new things you get.
Right.
And that's in the spiritual world, and in the it's not just material possessions. So if you're truly done with this, whatever this was, any remnants of that don't serve your purpose anymore, I'd get rid of them. If it's truly, Louise Hay was, I don't know if you're familiar with Louise Hay. She wrote a book called You Can Heal Your Life, but she was very kind of life coachy, spiritual person. But her thing was, if you haven't touched in 6 months, you probably don't need it. It can probably.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
tough. That's a tough one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But you have an extreme amount in common. He's asking himself the same questions right now. The same questions. It's exciting to me.
yeah. I like this action. All this action.
It's a lot of action.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of action.
That's very cool.
Good. I'm glad you liked it.
Rodney, you need to see these pictures.
Actually, let me come.
Oh, okay. Like a lot of these, like that one. I mean, really, not that one.
But now this card here, this is that in this deck. So you've got the same card twice.
Oh, I see.
Same card twice. Same guy, same girl. I mean, I'd say he's the same.
Mm-hmm,
The
I would
same
too.
energy.
Yeah.
And once again, speed. None of these horses are standing still. They're coming in.